Welcome, Soul Family. I'm so excited that you found your way here, that you said yes to this invitation. My name is Lisa Espinosa. I know that many of you know me and have been just students or clients or friends of mine for many, many years. I also know that and trust that people who've never connected with my work will be guided to come into this space. So I welcome you. I'm so honored that your soul led you here. And I want to talk a little bit about what the energy of this space is. So this virtual space is a sacred space, really as a community to share some of the teachings from my book, my upcoming book, Birthing the Priestess Within. The main teaching being that a priestess is someone who is called to be a channel of unconditional love for themselves and for the world. So really listen to that. A priestess is someone who is called to be a channel of unconditional love for themselves and for the world. This is a calling that goes beyond any religion and that goes beyond any career path. Although as a spiritual career coach, a lot of my focus is on how do you bring this priestess energy to the work that you do in the world, to your life's purpose. Please understand that being called to the priestess path doesn't mean that you're going to call yourself a priestess, although absolutely you can. It is more this medicine that right now is awakening in the world. And to be clear, I'm in no way suggesting that I am the priestess expert or the only person out there who can lead you on this path. I have a particular soul's medicine. I have a unique way to talk about it. And I know that isn't for everybody, and that is okay. But my prayer as I'm writing this book, as I am creating and opening the temple doors of this Facebook page, is that if you are meant to receive from my medicine, that you find it. And I know that I will be blessed by your medicine as well. So I want to go over the agreements. And I know that if you are watching this, you already read them and you said yes, that you agreed to them. Now, Facebook gives you a very limited word count, so I had to be really concise. So I just want to kind of reiterate here what those are. So first, this is not a space to promote or share, for self-promotion or share your business or a friend's business or events or anything like that. I know that many who are drawn to my work are wellness professionals, are entrepreneurs, have wonderful, wonderful careers and businesses. And it is my intention that as you are here in this space, that all of that gets blessed beyond measure, that you find the people you are meant to serve. However, I do not want this space to become distracted by just a lot of invitations to events and promotion. And I've been part of so many groups, and a lot of times that really ends up being a distraction. So that is not going to be, so that's not part of the group. Second thing as well is that I said no venting or sharing of traumatic details. So what I mean by that, please do not misunderstand. I do not mean that you have to show up to this space always happy and have no problems in the world and just pretend that everything's okay. No, this is meant to be a space of authenticity and being genuine. However, there's a difference between sharing, I'm going through a difficult time, I'm going through an initiation right now, a wound from childhood got triggered, even saying something like, I experienced abuse as a child and that's getting, I'm working through that right now. All of that is absolutely appropriate and can be shared in the space of upliftment. However, if that's very different than just kind of like vomiting as a post, right? Like, blah, all of this happened. And then now we've just kind of not made it better and made it hard, not only for yourself, but for everyone else in the group who I know. I am a very highly sensitive person, and I know people who are drawn to my work are highly sensitive, even if you don't think you are. There's some layer of sensitivity that's a gift for the world. You might be highly empathic. So I want to really honor that. So when you share, just kind of take a moment and make sure, and ask yourself just to share it from this space of mindfulness and presence, and also not needing to share the story. We don't need to know the story as much as the essence, right? The essence is I'm feeling that wound of abandonment. Or the essence is I'm feeling this fear around scarcity. The essence is I'm feeling, this wound of unworthiness, or like my medicine doesn't matter in the world. Those are all appropriate and deep and true and authentic. We don't really need all the details of the story. It just distracts. So that's one thing. And again, like I said, and traumatic details, you don't need to share all the again, you could say, abuse that I experienced, or this really challenging conversation, or I'm grieving a death. All of those appropriate and authentic for sure. We just don't need to all the details, just as a mindfulness here. The next thing, the last agreement, was that this is not a space for advice giving or fixing. So when somebody shares something, let me back up a little bit actually. So I said no venting, no traumatic details, all of those. Like I said, show up authentically, and also share your successes, share your breakthroughs, share your celebrations. Those are so awesome to see too. I'm not saying that's all you have to share, but I would love to hear those. Third, again, what I was saying, no advice giving, no fixing. This can be hard for us who are wellness professionals. Maybe you are someone who in your profession, that's what you do. You help people, you support them, you have all these resources and expertise. Awesome. But in this space, we are practicing that beautiful energy of just witnessing, being a mirror, saying, I see you, you inspire me, or, I'm witnessing you as you go through this. I am channeling this deep love to you. All of those are fine, but not going into, have you tried this? Have you tried that? What about this? What about that? We're going to really be mindful of that. And there are not a lot of sacred spaces in the world where we can experience this, where you can experience sharing something and being deeply listened and witnessed to, and not people right away going into rescue, no matter how well intentioned it is. I want this space to be where if you share something that's difficult, you feel the love of the group, you feel the love of the divine, and you feel your own resourcefulness. You feel your soul holding you. That's part of this energy of this Facebook group, is space. So that, so many times we share something difficult, and like I said, people jump right away, or they back away because they can't handle it. That's not what I'm saying. We hold each other in sacred space, and it'll be something that will be expanded and practiced. And so I don't want you to be worried about posting. I'm just inviting you to be really mindful. And if you have any questions, feel free to private message me. If I notice a post where someone has forgotten one of these agreements, I will just very gently, kind of message you privately and just kind of let you know that. So let me see if there's anything else. Mostly, I'm just thrilled that you are here. My soul has been guiding me to open this Facebook page for a while now, and it was finally very clear in the last new moon that I had to do it on this full moon. This is not the private Facebook page that I will be having for those of you who have said yes to the Priestess Mentoring Program. There's 7 of you, and I'm so excited. That's separate. This is, although a private group, it is open to whoever wants to come in, as if they're called to the energy of this group. If you have not connected with me before, you can find plenty of information on my website, lisaespinosa.net. You can see my videos, you can read my blogs, you can kind of feel more of my energy there if you're new to me. And, mostly, the world so needs this energy of the priestess. And I know that some of you, maybe you already have claimed that, I don't want to call it a label, but that energy. Or some of you might just be feeling it kind of like resonating inside of you, like that word calling you, priestess, priestess. And I'll be sharing more videos and teachings about how I came to this path. But wherever you are on this journey, I welcome you, and I just set the intention that this space be safe, holy, and sacred for whoever is called to be here. And that from that safe, holy, sacred space, you are able to bless the world in the way that only you can. So let me see okay, I think this is long enough. So thank you for being here. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me.